Hi, PBGBishPlays here. In this video, I'll be reviewing Darwin's Paradox. This game just came out recently on PC as well as consoles. I am playing on PC, so I have seen some people praising this game, while others are complaining about it. Those who are complaining are mainly complaining about the fact that they can't remove like post-processing, certain post-processing effects. They can't change the aspect ratio. For example, those who have ultra-wide monitors. Again, the PS4 controller is not shown the icons in all. You can move with the sticks, but you can't see the icons. They show you the Xbox icons instead, as well as other problems. So in this video, I will go through my experience going through the settings basically, and I will show you the problems I'm facing and the way I fix them. So let's do it. One of the main problems with this game really shows to those who have multiple monitors. Like you can see here, I do have 7 monitors. I usually play on this one, the middle one at the bottom, but the game does not let me choose this one specifically. Number 1, number 2, I do have 2 GPUs, and I want to be able to select which GPU the game runs on. It does not let me do that. So if I were to drag the window to this main monitor, change something here. Let's say, for example, I want to run the game in windowed borderless instead of windowed. Junky freaking. Let's do it again. So if I were to choose anything other than windowed, if I want to run the game in borderless, for example, and validate, see the game defaults again to the monitor on the left. Okay, so if we go further, we can see the upscaling method. The one that is provided is only DLSS and FSR. There is no XESS for those who have that blue GPU. And then if we go to the advanced settings, we can see, for example, the anti-aliasing. It does not tell you the name of this anti-aliasing method. It only tells you high, medium, and low. So how am I supposed to know the MSAA from the TAA, and if the game only accepts TAA but at high, medium, and low, it does not have the other anti-aliasing methods. So this is one problem for us, the PC players. Again, if we go to the post-processing, it does not shows you in detail the other methods within post-processing. Like if you want to disable chromatic aberration, if you want to disable the film grain into others, it does not provide that option here. This is another problem for us who want the crispiest, cleanest image possible. Here, if we go to the audio, at least the game lets you turn down the music if you don't want it, or if you want to turn down the voice or any option here. This is good implementation of the audio settings. So here, one of the major problems I have, me as a PS4 controller user, as you can see, the game does let me use the PS4 controller. As you can see, I can go up and down and all, but it does not show me the icons of the PS4 controller. So the developers should implement in the next patches, they should implement PS4 controller icons at least. One of the problems that faces those with big monitors has to do with aspect ratio. So those who have super wide resolutions and ultra wide resolutions, they can't, I guess they can't change it. They can only play at 16 by 9 maybe. So I can show you how to mitigate that problem. So if you want to change the resolution to something that the game is not accepting, you have to download this program. Here you can read the name and you can see the author. So thank you, bro, for providing us this program. All you have to do is click on general and choose the executable in the task manager, and then hit OK, and it will show you the other options. So if you want to change the game by aspect ratio, for example, if you want to change the aspect ratio to 21:9 resolution, all you have to do is to select this and select one of these. Let me, for example, choose this one, even though it is bigger than 1080p, and then just hit set. Remember to tick this one and tick this one, so it will show you the window like this, and hit set. And here you can see that the game changed its aspect ratio. It became bigger than my monitor. So in my case, since I do have multiple monitors, I can even change the game resolution to be displayed on all these 6 monitors. So it doesn't matter for me if I want to change the resolution to 21:9 or even greater aspect ratio. If I want, for example, to change to, let's do this, set. Now I can move the window to show up on all the monitors. So I just loaded this level to see the different options we can also change using this little program. So something funny, if you want to make the character look bigger, there you go. Here in this tab called post-processing, as you can see, we have different options we can choose and change to once chosen, whether it has to do with bloom or depth of field or global illumination, film grain, if you want to add ray tracing and all. So before that, let me tell you the specs here on the top left and how to read them correctly. So I do have 5950X, 128 gigs of RAM, of which other programs included in the game are using 44 gigs of RAM, while the game itself is only using 4.8 gigs. And as I told you before, I do have 2 GPUs. Those are 4060 Ti, 16 gigs. Both are the same model in everything, while the game is running on GPU 1. Here you can see the game usage is around 95%, which is a joke basically for this kind of graphics in all. Here you can see the memory 1 all versus game. This is the VRAM being used by the game, which is 3.8 currently, while the game plus the other programs on my computer using the same GPU are using the combination of 5.5 gigs. And on GPU 1 core versus memory clock, you can see the memory clock and you can see the GPU core. This is for the OSD. As for the post-processing, let's for example turn on ray tracing everything. Boom. The game already runs badly, and if we turn on ray tracing, you can see the difference, right? There's a difference between this and this. It's much better. But here you can see how many frame rates we have lost. It's like 20 frames. If we go to the setting, again go to graphics, you can see that I'm not even using DLSS. So if I were to change to DLSS quality, change it, bring back the game to this window, here we can see that with ray traced everything option, which looks better, but it has like certain artifacts. You can see, for example, here you can see the lighting. It definitely has certain artifacts. Here also you can see. I just noticed something here with most of the games that has DLSS. The function of DLSS is either to lower the resolution or use DLSS as an anti-aliasing method basically. Here the anti-aliasing is so bad. It's as if the anti-aliasing just turned off by default. Look at this line. It has those juggies. which is really bad, and it is everywhere. Next, the problem I will be trying to solve with you here has to do with chromatic aberration and the other uh, post-processing effects that most of us hate. So you have to go through post-processing. Here you can see presets. Here you can see certain presets. If you click on it, it will activate a bunch of options. So first I see the vignette intensity. If I want to turn off the vignette, let me first let the game run. So if I were to turn off the vignette, boom, the vignette is gone. If I want to change its intensity, I can change it from here. Turn it off. If you want to turn it off completely, you still have to click on this toggle and then choose 0000. Or if you want to change the intensity, change it from here. Same for chromatic aberration. You toggle this and you keep it at 0. If you change it to 100%, it will show you 100% of that value. This one as well. So you have two options. You have to tick both of them to remove the chromatic aberration. This is one way to do it. The other way is to actually go to this address, user your Windows profile name, and go to updata local Darwin paradox saved config Windows and create a file called engine.ene because the game does not create it and the game deletes it if you do not set it to read only. So first create this file and then put these values in it if you don't want to use this program. So the values, these two values are the same as these toggles. It has to do with chromatic aberration. If you want to remove the blur, you have to add these two. If you want to change the depth of field to 0, this one. If you want to remove the film grain or change its value manually, you have to write this argument. If you want to change again the motion blur, sometimes it does not work, you have to add this value. And for the depth of field, of course, you have to add this value if it does not let you change it. And for the aspect ratio, just add the aspect ratio here to 90 or whatever and add this to make it stick. You can either so if you add these to this file and choose to save as, and then go to the location where this file is located and right click and choose properties and choose read only. It will show this lock if you open it again with Notepad++, which means that the game will not change these values when you are running the game next time. I noticed that the game did delete this file before, so I had to change it to read only. This is for these post-processing effects if you want to keep them like this permanently. If you turn the game next time, these values will stick. Otherwise, since you are using this program, you can activate the console. If we go to configuration and go to key to open in-game console, you can see that you can open it with, it is usually by default this button, but I changed it to this one. So if I were now to click on that button, see at the bottom it shows me here the console, and here I can copy paste those arguments and hit enter, and they will change. But the problem is they won't stick once you close the game. So you still have to create this file and write these arguments in it, and then close it, save it, and then go to properties and set it to read only. And as you can see, the picture we are getting here is crisp. There is no horrendous post-processing in it. And since we are in this configuration tab, you can see other options that you can change for your choosing. The program has a theme, which is a very good thing. My Windows has the dark mode by default, so if I were to flashbang you, I will just click on this. If we go back to post-processing, like I said earlier, you have these presets. For example, if I want to turn on ray tracing, click on this. Boom, you can see the scene just changed regarding the lighting. But again, it will use a lot of GPU power. I just have to. Earlier, I changed the chapter and it gave me like 20 FPS or less. So keep in mind that it's better to change these one by one versus just toggling one preset. The only preset that I see that is not taxing on the GPU power is this one, and you can see it provides like an acceptable lighting versus the ray traced version. It kinda looks like the ray traced version, but it is not taxing on the GPU. It's called old school ambient occlusion, and it activates these options. Here you can see I just changed the level so we can have a better idea regarding the performance again. If I were to untick this, you can see the difference. So I will change this one. You can see more blue, which I like, without versus with. You can see the difference. I like this one better. So I just checked this one and it changed the values versus if I were to change to ray traced everything, 30 FPS and 100% usage. What the without 60 FPS with ray tracing 30 FPS. Like, can you explain this? But if I choose this one again, the game right now looks better. The blue, more blue in the scene, the green is vivid in everything. So again, this is the best modern program you can ever use on Unreal Engine games. Change the player size. So if I helped you in this video to fix most of the problems facing you in this game, don't forget to like the video so it will show up to other people who have the same problems. And if you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so I can provide more videos like this. Also, tell me in the comments the games you want me to review, since I have so many games installed and I have a hard time choosing between which ones to review next. So don't forget to subscribe and like and comment there. I'll see you in the next video.